bit late. I was trying to finish watching a video. Conspiracy theorist video. It's just like, so, it's flipping super loud. Anyways, I'm trying not to talk too loud because I have neighbors and whatnot. Sorry, I'm fixing my shirt. But anyways, I was watching this conspiracy theory video, just a bunch of random conspiracies. I was like, we all know giants existed. We all know that giants exist. They've been throughout history and whatnot. Pineal gland tumor thing going on, and so there are certain, I guess you would call it an organ in the body that if stimulated or compressed, and why is it not okay? So if these adrenal gland, I think it might be, but anyways, it secretes enzymes and whatnot to, you know, help the growth of the person and everything, and sometimes they're overstimulated and then it causes gigantism, okay? But apparently there's people who've come from other places who are that big too, and I'm like, well, they must live on some pretty damn big places for them to be that big. But like 80 feet tall or something. I was like, wow, okay. I was like, this must look like a marble to some of these people, but like, whatever. Like, reminds me of that one Rick and Morty episode where person walks around the whole planet in like half a day or whatever, because they're just so big compared to everything, and they kind of like wipe out the little tiny boar population. And it's like, wow. I was like, way to conserve food. But yeah, so that was interesting. And alright, so I'm pretty much out of the loop when it comes to people saying who created Egypt and everything. So there seem to be some structures in, what was it, Arizona or Arkansas? I can't remember, but there are some structures that look like worn down statues and whatnot, and I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense. We've had plenty of civilizations here and there, like all over the place. So the funny thing about it is people don't realize that they're accumulating in the same spots through generations. Like, a cataclysm will wipe things out, okay? And then people will come back to these spots not knowing that anything had happened, because they would get like covered with either sand, mud, some sort of cataclysm would bring all the sediment and just blah. And there's actually temples and cities, and like water is overflowed on like some temples and cities as well. And it's like, people will gravitate to these places not knowing that there had ever been a civilization, and not just build over top of it. And then eventually something happens to where someone either falls through or does some renovations or tries to do maybe some nefarious things, like possibly build a tunnel that they possibly should not be building for nefarious reasons, and it ends up you end up finding these like cities underground, you know, and whatnot, and it's fascinating. Yeah, the volcanoes have done their part in hiding some things under ash. The city of Pompeii, everybody like the volcano was so damn quick, and the ash was just everywhere before anybody could actually, what is that called? Evacuate. So there were hundreds of thousands of people who lost their lives thinking that this volcano was never going to erupt, and it was just, growing or growing pains or whatever. It was just letting off that steam and whatnot. So nobody took any action. Well, not many took any action to leave this city, and then ended up being covered in ash and dying damn near instantaneously. They got to shelter, but that's about it. Well, some of them at least. There were people who were outside when that happened too. I remember this one, sorry, it's not funny. They kept saying that this was a couple that was sharing their last embrace during the end of their trying to talk to this guy, and it ended up being two males. I mean, not that two males can't be a couple, but they found out through more studying of their genomes and what kind of diet they had. One was probably a slave, and they were comforting their master in their final moments and whatnot, because they were malnutritioned, and the other one was well fed and well maintained. And I was like, alright. And I was like, I thought these people could tell the difference between males and females. That's one of their fields of training is to know the difference between a male skeleton and a female skeleton. Now, granted, they were covered with a lot of volcanic ash and everything, and charred and whatnot. They had to create these essentially clay cases over them, kind of like a cast, in order to preserve what they could. And whenever they cut the case in half, they found out some things, but I'm just like, dude, maybe before they go about claiming that, like, oh, this is what happened and whatnot, they might want to do like a little more research on it. I'm just like, wow. I mean, it's cute how they were like, yeah, they were lovers, it's they're romanticizing it, but sitting there, I mean, this was for like years that this picture was in circulation, that they were lovers. I mean, just think of the I mean, if you were to think of it as, maybe they were reincarnated and they're like, no, I wasn't his lover, like, no, absolutely not, kind of thing going on. But it's like, I mean, they had to have known. They did move they didn't move the body, so why would they sit there and continue to claim that these two might have been lovers, or were lovers in an embrace, and put it in books where kids had to learn this? I had to learn. We even did like a little science experiment in the front of the class. Had some red food coloring mixed into vinegar, and we had to measure out, like, this was all in front. There were two assistants for the teacher. one was mixing the food coloring in with the vinegar, the other was measuring out the appropriate amount of, I think it was baking soda. And then the volcanic eruption happened, and this little model that was, I guess, reused every time he had to have this period of school. It was in school. Every class he had to redo this thing because this was like in kind of high school. But so that was the beginning of our learning, was watching what a volcano could do in our little what is that called? It was like a diorama. It was cute though. I mean, it didn't have like a little city below it. It just was a little volcano, and it's possibly about 3 foot by like 4, maybe 5 foot. It was on like this. He took somebody's desk and he set it up, and the person who had to forfeit their desk for a little bit was one of the helpers. So they were busy, not sitting. It'd be kind of awkward trying to sit with somebody else when our desks were so like, anyways, it got a little messy. I mean, it would have made more sense to have like a deep container along with it, but so the teacher had them clean it up too. I was like, I mean, why not? You have little helpers, right? I kind of really need that. Okay, I'll be right back. But yeah, and then like we had to read these books about it. It was one book that they passed around, and then there was our science book that told us just this and that. Well, it told us that it was a, well, kind of like nobody knew it happened, but learning about volcanoes always flip and warn you, like days, weeks in advance. The shifting of it, the seismic activity, they're going to pop. I mean, they grumble, they growl, they sit there, and they warn you in every flippin' way. And not to mention the animals. I mean, they had animals. But I'm just like, why didn't they leave? Like, the people in Hawaii, they have active volcanoes as well. That whole island was like the whole island system and their sister islands and whatnot. Those were created by active underwater volcanoes that have breached the surface and have started to accumulate landmass and whatnot, and plant vegetation and all that good stuff, okay? So now, these islands are pretty damn big, and they still have active volcanoes on these in these areas. but they at least evacuate when they know that the volcano's getting ready to go. Their first indications are the seismic activity, the groaning of the volcano itself, and the smoke that arises whenever it starts becoming active. I'm just like, yeah. And I was like, was it lack of education for the Pompeii people? Or was it their own hubris of like, nothing can hurt me, blah, 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 you know? Maybe I should have said cockiness, but, you know. Sometimes people think that they're untouchable, and that they can hide behind money in every situation. That's really, really not the case. I honestly have nothing to offer anyone who would be willing to like just take me out. I'm just like, dude, really? I was like, okay, you know, let me tell you a tale before, you know, I go, just so you know what you're doing. But other than that, I have nothing to barter. I have nothing to, what is that called? Throw at people. I won't demean myself. It's not that I have pride, it's not something I would do. I have morals. It's like, I've been watching a lot of horror flicks lately, and it seems like there's a lot that they're trying to teach people in these things. Like, when approached by hostiles, you can do this, that, or that, and this. And it seems like none of these ever work. And it's like, makes you think, what would you do in these situations? I mean, there's fight, flight, or run. You know, most people run. I mean, if I had a weapon that could possibly overpower some sort of mysterious, whatever they're called, mutant, or, I watch sci-fi ones, but, or like someone from the undead, like Jason or Freddy, and, so Jason Voorhees is I guess you would say he's a mystical, well, I guess not mystical, but he kind of zombie. But the way he died was, I mean, it was pretty damn bad. And then, like, the story says that he got sent to hell. And I was like, he was like a 13-year-old, 10-year-old little boy who couldn't swim. And camp counselors who were supposed to be watching these children were out doing some just things that they shouldn't have been doing. They should have been watching the kids. And these other kids were making fun of him because he was deformed. And they were picking on him, and the picking got a little too rough, and he ended up falling into the water, which he couldn't drown, and nobody wanted to go in and save him. Sad enough, he drowned. His mother, who was a school nurse, went a little crazy and started taking everybody out. And in the lore of him, he comes back and avenges his mother because he loved his mother and everything, because she was the only one that took care of him and all that good stuff. And in the eyes of a child, mother is God. It could be, she can be grace or vengeance. It depends on what you do in order to invoke whatever emotion, blah blah blah. Alright, so there's old sayings, parroting old sayings. But anyways, so back to this little 10-year-old, 13-year-old who ended up drowning and then coming back as an adult. I was like, how is that possible? But anyways, this child grew up in, I guess, hell, and then went about attacking the people who were responsible for killing his mother. Well, it ended up becoming quite the series due to the oh damn, I'm gonna need another one. So, I think there were like 5 or 6. During Halloween, I went through most of them. And the people who sit there and say that he never once held a chainsaw, that's a lie. During like the first or the second episode, he was holding like a little mini chainsaw and it stopped comically. It stopped and he sat there and tried to like get it going, and he shook it and he tried to get it going again, because you hold it with the handle and then there's this little ripcord that gets the alternator going so that it starts going. I think there's an alternator in there. I don't know. I've never taken a chainsaw apart. I should probably look up the schematics, so could be interesting. But sorry, oh damn. Okay, so I'm gonna have to move these eventually. But anyways, this 10-year-old, 13-year-old grew up, and wherever he was, some other dimension, some hell, whatever, and it was like the devil released him to avenge his mother. I guess he liked him, who knows? And he avenged his mother, and as he was doing her work, like going on about doing her work too, because like in his eyes, every camp counselor who did those actions and not their job was needed to go. And I understand this, because like his ideals were to the point where, yeah, if you're not doing what you should be doing, you're hurting everyone. So I mean, killing them is a little extreme, but I would have just fired them, honestly. And I'm like, flip you. I was like, you're just gonna go off and like, you know, crazy. Anyways, but just, I was like, I know we no longer need your services, thank you. You know, we run a tight camp, and it's just, no, you know? But, no, he went about the over-exaggerated, approach, and he murderized them, just a lot, and it ended up turning out weird. One of the series, like one of the movie series, he would die in all of them, okay? But they made it to a point where his heart became like hypnotizing. So his body would be dead, but someone would consume his heart. and then he would be in that person for consuming his heart. And it was like, wow, this okay, all right, you know, hey, you know, transference and whatnot. But so I did go roundabout kind of way, but let me explain what Freddy was like. So Freddy Krueger was a really sweet janitor who played with the kids, and in one of the movies, like the original not Friday the 13th, it was, what the hell was it called? Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger was designed to have never had touched these children, but the townsfolk were like, you know, oh, you're just a weird person, you know, maybe he's doing something, and then somebody said something, and then like some drunk said something, and then everybody was like, oh, you know, we gotta take care of him and everything, and, you know, take him out. And then they ended up burning him, and he came back because he was unrightfully, okay, if you've ever had anything burned, it's excruciating. To the extent of what he had burned, most people would not survive, like, honestly. But he was burned to death in his favorite sweater, which was like a green and red striped sweater. And I know someone who went as him for Halloween, so I was just like, yeah, he definitely had that sweater. But it was like iconic. And there's this fable about being stuck in the clothes you were last in whenever you died, for like ever, for eternity. I'm just like, alright, I was like, I need to be in pajamas when I die. It's just like, I need to be in the most comfortable type of clothing ever. Cause like, dude. Anyways, we're going roundabout. I mean, would you really want to be stuck in something that scratches you like all the flipping time? Seems like a sweater. Ugh. Sweaters are always itchy to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm allergic to like the material. But anyways, the okay, so Freddy Krueger, he died unwarranted, horrific death that's not really meant for most people, because like those, I mean, there's accidental, you know, where you go in your death and your body's already dead from smoke inhalation before you even start burning, kind of accidental fires, and being burned alive. Like they legit poured what is that called, a flammable liquid on him, and then torched him. It was pretty gruesome. I mean, definitely don't watch this unless you're, you know, 18 or older. You will get some nightmares, okay? Oh, I finally had a dream last night, and it was a nightmare. It was interesting. I had to pretty much, not sedate, but I had to be the slave of this flippin' doll. It was flippin' crazy. And she was so moody too. I mean, super moody. I mean, you did anything wrong, and it was just like, no. It's flippin' annoying. And I started being defiant, and I was like, you know what? I was like, if you're gonna treat me like this, no, flippin' do it yourself. And like, she was a supernatural kind of doll too, so she'd go out of her way to, like, you know, do some awful, horrible things. And I was just like, I was like, no, fine. I was like, you want to be like that? I was like, I can do this too. So I started ruining her favorite things because she started like attacking me. And like I didn't attack her books, but she had these piles of baby doll clothes that she had organized. No, just listen. She had these baby doll clothes she had organized due to cuteness. Cause I was like, why? I was like, why don't you put these, away? And she's like, they're where I want them. And she's like, they are organized in cuteness, and I need them in their proper place. And I was like, their proper place would not be in a big pile in the middle of the room. Like, cause I'm sitting here trying to clean. I'm being told to clean, and as soon as I started touching these clothes, I got yelled at. I'm telling you, it was a weird flippin' dream. Turned out into a weird nightmare, and then we kind of made up afterwards, and I was just like, okay. I was like, I'm putting your damn clothes. Okay, so I took her little baby doll clothes, and I just started throwing them. She's like, now I'm gonna have to pick them all up, and I'm like, this is the worst thing ever. I was like, wow. I was like, what would happen if I actually did something horrible to these clothes? Like, took some cherry Kool-Aid and dumped this like red dye all over. What would happen then? I mean, she got livid and she started like making things float around the room, and I mean, it was crazy. It was a crazy dream. And I'm sitting here going like, another temperamental person. But like, she was punishing me over the stupidest flippin' things. It's like I didn't address her properly, and all of a sudden there'd be something that fly across the room and hit me in the side of the head. I was like, what the flip? I was like, you did that? I was like, why the hell would you? She's like, you address me properly when you come in this room. And I was like, what? I was like, I don't even know your name and you want me to talk to you? I didn't know what the hell was going on. But it was a crazy dream. But, I mean, I could sit here and explain some more stuff, but I probably should finish the explanation of, like, Freddy Krueger and whatnot, because he correlates with dreams. He would kill people in their dreams through their fear. And in a lot of cultures, they do have these types of demons that will come into your dreams and scare you to live in hell, and then they get to take your soul after they scare you to death. And I'm like, well, that doesn't seem very nice, but it's like a whole you keep what you kill kind of mentality. And I was like, alright. I was like, so does that mean if you take out one of these demons, you get all of their kills? I mean, that would create a lot of inner demon attacks amongst each other, you know what I mean? Because they were just like, I'm gonna wait till this person like does all the dirty work and then I'm gonna take them out. But hey. But anyways, Freddy Krueger, he would kill these people who knew about him, who would do this ritual making fun of him, pretty much. So he was kind of like attacking them for being jerks. A little over exaggerating, but he could have just said like, hey dude, you're flipping butthead or poo-poo head and you need to chill out, but no, he'd go lethal with it. And since how they knew him and they believed in him, he was able to do these things. It was a crazy movie. But eventually they sat there and they tried to make it so that he was like a child, bad person, like a bad person who messed with children, and can't really say the word on these channels, so because they will kick you, and I'll get like strikes and all this stuff. I was like, wow, yeah, freedom of speech, right? No, not really. But he technically, like the original story, no, he never touched a child that way. And I was like, I could respect, you know, that he didn't, and it was a shame that he got killed that way. But the curiosity of it was, why did he come back for multiple people? I mean, first it was just he was ending the line of these people and their families, because he was using the children, well, I guess it was the grandchildren of the ones who had like killed him, because they were all like teenagers now, and it had been like over 30 years or 40 years and whatnot, so they were older people. And of course he was dead, so he was kind of frozen in the last kind of moments of his life. He was severely burned, and he had these really, really long claw glove thing, and that was his signature thing. And he had like this hat. I don't know if it was a fedora. It was something. No, it was a wide brimmed hat. It was like kind of like what Indiana Jones wore. I don't remember what type of hat that was. But he wasn't wearing that hat whenever he kicked the bucket, but it was a nice touch that they put on, though. Okay. I haven't watched those movies in a while, but after he was done with that, he ended up just going after anybody who would make fun of him. It was like, wow, okay, well, you know, new owners and whatnot, new franchise, they went weird with it. Like, there was this one scene that Freddy Krueger had, he licked the phone, and the tongue came out of, like, through his receiver, like, he's licking the phone, and it went through the speaker and through to the receiver of the other person online. And I was like, how the hell is that even possible? I was like, did he open a portal? What, like, how, just how? And he licked that person, and then you see this long tongue sticking out of this phone that she's holding away from her, and it's like waggling, and it's like, what the hell? I mean, yeah, some of these movies in the 80s were just woof, off the chain, kind of crazy, but it was it boggled the mind and it disturbed in so many ways. It's like you wanna like, oh, dude, back in the day, the phones, whoops, were um, we did have a rotary phone, like the, sorry, what is it? I don't think it was, maybe I'm saying it wrong. Hold on, I'm going to box myself in and, like, I set it up so that I can, like, oh damn, okay, well, okay, so I'm going to look this up really quick and then I'm going to pull you over to the other page so that you can read it too. Router. Okay, yeah, that is fine. That was what I was explaining. Okay, so let me pop this up and Let me pop over this way. So I don't want to show you anything that's going to severely damage. So I'm just gonna peek. Alright, I'm spelling the name wrong. Spell better. Alright. We have a Freddy Krueger phone case? Ah, Okay, I'm making sure none of it is that bad. Wow. Alright, well I guess I remembered it wrong. Because I remember it coming out of the ear part, and they have it coming out of the mouth part. Damn. Well, I guess I can't show that then. Okay, let me just pop this up. Alright. I hear something outside. So, I swear it came out of the ear part, but it's showing that it came out of the mouth part. I don't know if I can, oh no, maybe not. Busy. Busy. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, let's see if we can get him to do some work. Hey. Yeah. Oh, only 2? That was it? Right? You see that? They normally take out a good chunk. Like at least a 4x4. I'm really underwhelmed. Whoops. I'm just like, dude, I did complain I hadn't had a dream in a while. I was quite relieved when I actually did have a dream. Even if I had to deal with some superficial doll who really needed an attitude adjustment. place that I was in, like, she had this, like, weird ability to, keep me going in the same rooms. So I'm just like, alright, I was like, when you're finished, I was like, I can continue, you know, taking care of you, you know, just when you're done. And she's like, oh yeah, what are you gonna do? And I was like, well, I was gonna make us some food, but, you know, maybe not now. I mean, you seem to have all the energy you need. And she's like, yeah. She's like, make us a tea party. And I was like, I like tea parties. I was like, do you have any tea? She's like, no. And I was like, do you have any cookies? And she's like, no. She's like, I don't eat real food. And I was like, but I do. I was like, you can pretend it's not real. And she didn't want to have one after that. So I was like, okay. Yeah, for somebody who woke up in the middle of the night with a nightmare and then kept going right back to that nightmare after going back asleep. I'm sitting here being really jolly. By the end of the dream, I was like, you know what? I was like, I see all these damn books like laid all over the place. I was like, can you even read? And she's like, no. And I was like, okay, do you want me to read to you? And she's like, I don't know. She's like, are you gonna read it right? And I was like, I'm gonna read it how the story says to read it, but I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be right or not. And she's like, you have to make funny noises when other people make funny noises. And I was like, you want me to method act? I was like, I can do that. I was like, I can really do that. Some weird things. Weirdest things. I found a few Dr. Seuss books on the floor, and I was picking up all these books and everything after she had her little hissy fit. And I was like, you just seem like a really, really sad doll. And I was like, do you ever find anything happy to do, or do you just like torturing people? I was like, is that all you do? And she's like, I like things. She's like, I surround me with things I like. And I was like, okay. I was like, so you like these books? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, do you want me to read you a book? After I'd asked her if she could read, and she was like, no. And I was like, I would have eventually taught her how to read. It's so much fun when you can read yourself, you know? Because you can sit there and imagine while you're reading. Because I take like, when I'm really, like, reading something for, like, the first time and everything, I take a minute after I read, like, a paragraph, and then I imagine the scene. You know, I'm just like, okay. It's like, this is what they look like. This is what the person envisions the characters looking like. This is what they're doing. This is where they are. This is what the climate's like. Because, like, any good storyteller will give you the baseline of what you're supposed to be imagining, and then they'll just fill in what these things that you're supposed to be imagining are doing. So that's pretty much how a book works. And if you have no imagination, it's gonna be boring as hell. So you have to inspire yourself to create these forms, these characters, and the places that they're inhabiting. Yes, I'm teaching people how to imagine right now. Ooh, scary. And then, like, from there, you can use it for practical means too. Like, envision what you're wanting to paint, what you're wanting to build, how the possibly you want a room to look. Imagination is pretty damn important. Sorry, it goes back to that conspiracy theory. There was this person saying that they're trying to get people as dumb as possible, and I understand that. I'm like, I have met some people who they wouldn't be able to do anything for themselves. And I'm like, I don't think that was education that did that to them. I think that there was their, parental figures. Possibly some of it could have been the establishments they were learning at, but most of the time it was either neglect or abuse. People say that certain forms of neglect will encourage people to work harder and what is that called? Think for themselves, but no, not all the time. Sometimes the neglect and abuse will drive them to either insanity or not being able to do anything for themselves, like anything at all. There are cases of people being overly present in their flipping grown adults' lives, that they never once taught them how to do laundry. They never taught them how to do dishes or anything like that. And they're having, like, they're so busy trying to get away from these people, like their parental figures, because, like, that's a whole part of growing up is leaving the nest. But they're so keen on getting out of there that they don't even know how to take care of anything themselves. So you see these people struggle to figure out how to use a laundry machine or do dishes for the first time. They're like, oh, I've always just put them in the sink. They get done eventually. I was like, do you even realize that it could have been your mom or your dad doing the dishes? I was like, what do you think? There's some sort of magical force that just does the dishes for you? I was like, I mean, it'd be interesting, really interesting to have a magical force cleaning up after you. But, no, this is not somebody I dated. This is just somebody I was talking to. He was complaining about his dishes. And I was like, all right, we'll do them. And he's like, I don't know how. And I was like, okay. I was like, you just, like, you get a scratchy or a sponge, a wash rag, whatever you like, whatever you prefer to use. Get some soap with the dishes. Some people like to soak dishes in hot water, warm water, in a soapy bath kind of thing in the sink. Others like to just rinse it off and then, soap scratchy it and then rinse it off again. And it's less water that way, but I understand when you have to soak something because everything gets stuck eventually if you're using certain ingredients. So I will leave some of my dishes like soaking overnight because like it's the end meal and whatnot. And by the time it's done soaking, I don't really feel like doing dishes, so I leave it for the morning. And first thing in the morning before I eat my breakfast, I clean it. But I walked him through the process, and he's like, well, nah, it'll be fine. And I was like, what? I was like, how do your dishes get done? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, do your parents come to visit you? He's like, well, yeah, sometimes. And I was like, and they get done when they come visit you? He's like, yeah. And I was like, you can't be this, I mean, you really can't be this way. And he's like, what? And I was like, they're probably doing your dishes for you. And I was like, your laundry get done too during these times? He's like, yeah. And I was like, and you have no appreciation for them coming over and doing your dirty dishes and flipping laundry? He's like, well, I do appreciate that it's done. And I was like, but you don't even acknowledge that they're doing it. It was crazy. I was like, you really can't be like this. And he's like, what? He's like, how am I being? And I was like, your parents aren't your slaves, you know? You have to learn how to do these things yourself. And he's like, I'm not feeling comfortable right now. And I was like, why? Because cleaning is hard? And he's like, I'll catch you later. And I was like, okay. I was like, maybe ask your mom or dad next time they come over how to do these things so that you can be more reliant on yourself. He's like, alright, I'll talk to you later. I hadn't talked to him since. It's like, yeah. I couldn't fathom how he didn't understand that it was his parents. It's like, how do you not realize that, like, you not put two and two together? That, you know, they're probably doing these things for you because they love you. I mean, dude. And they were even bringing him, like, groceries, too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there was this one YouTuber who sat there and complained that his mom was no longer going to be close enough to come over and help him do his laundry and dishes. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, how old are you? I think he was like either 23 or 27. But they were moving back to another country to take care of a sick relative. And he was complaining about him not getting his stuff cleaned. I was like, dude, shouldn't you be more concerned over your sick relative? I mean, aren't you related to them as well? It's like, yeesh. I stopped watching him after he said that females are supposed to be scared during certain situations. I was like, are you flipping insane? I was like, no. I was like, I don't care what kind of information you're giving. Holy damn, I'm not suffering this anymore. Sorry, I'm trying to start my dungeon back up. I did clear all that stuff out. I emptied my inventory yesterday. So it should be fine. not feeling this. I need to go get another pickaxe. Chewing through this one too quickly. So I'm watching a few people for certain types of cultural aspects, trying to figure out different belief systems and whatnot. I'm fascinated with it. And I was watching... Oh, I can grab a few of these. I was watching this one, like, okay, so, I don't know whether you've heard about the flat earthers or whatnot. They believe that the earth is flat, and, there's a type of, I think they call it firmament, around their earth. A earth, some sort of thing resembling earth, I don't know. But I'm fascinated with it. I was like, wait a minute, what's going down? And I was like, yeah, we do have a layer around the earth. It's called an ozone, but I don't know if it's kind of keeping anyone in, like they're explaining, but I'm like, maybe these people are in a totally different place altogether, and we're seeing broadcasts from another time or whatever, because, like, unless people sit there and tell you when the video actually was, you don't honestly know when the video was. You know what I mean? Like, I try to put the date, like, as a timestamp of when I played, what I played. And, like, my PlayStation videos were the same way. It was, the PlayStation code of what the format was. Like, it would tell you the game style, like, what game it was, and when it would even go down to the time that the video was produced or, like, saved. And I was like, well, yeah, that's a good, like, little, you know, Stargate, this and that kind of time. You know, like, data retrieval. Okay, if you watch my videos in chronological order, I mean, of course I don't have the timestamps on these videos that I'm streaming through Twitch, but if you did enough research, you'd be able to see when, what time and how long. Obviously the video is ongoing and whatnot, but with enough research, you'd be able to piece up together a certain amount of my life. I mean, I'm not this talkative at work, like, ever. I'm mostly working. I mean, I do, like, chat and work at the same time. I'm multifunctional in that aspect. But, I believe when you're at work, you should be working, because you're getting paid by the hour, if you are getting paid by the hour, and that means a lot. There are some people who only get paid per job. Sorry, I have to drink some coffee. So, I can chew on that end. So yeah, I believe, like, if I can't sit there and talk while doing something, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I'm not really having a problem sitting here chatting away while doing this because it's just mediocre kind of thing. I don't have to sit here and calculate the difference between this and that. And I'm just mindlessly chopping down some blocks while knocking down some blocks with a digital pickaxe. I'm not really doing anything than moving a few fingers, and it's not really that strenuous. It's not taking a lot of my intellect to do such things. Oh, flip. There is a new controller that's on the market. It is... you control the game with your mind. And I was like, dude, I think I might accidentally break that one too. Because I think of a lot of things. I'm not just thinking about chopping a block. I mean, they say you have to be really focused on this. And I was like, I don't know what it would do to the game. I mean, I honestly don't. I was like, I'm sitting here thinking, should I mention this? Maybe not. Should I mention that? No. Is this appropriate to talk about with all ages? Maybe. You know? I'm going through like these topics, and I was like, would this be interesting to somebody? Possibly. Maybe not. Probably not. Let's try it anyways. Kind of thing. And if I'm sitting here just sitting and reminiscing about things, what is that going to do to the device? I mean, is it going to like surge it? Is it going to overcompensate for something? Is it going to make my character run off the edge and into an abyss? Because I'm not focusing on standing in one place and pickaxing? It's like, right now, I'm not really thinking too much about it. But, there was this one streamer who has this controller, and it was mentioned by another streamer who thought this was the most amazing device ever, and I was like, I'd probably break it. I would probably break this thing. I was like, I can't just focus on one thing. I really can't. It's nothing to do with if I think I'm smarter. I'm just trying to possibly sporadically thinking of this and that, and then trying to remember when I forgot, because sometimes I do that. You get this inkling that you forget something, and then you're just like, wait, what the hell did I forget? It's like, okay, did I turn this off? Did I turn that off? You know, did I lock the doors? Yes, I definitely locked the doors. I make sure I lock the doors, but then I go and I check. I make sure. Because I'm like, you know, better safe than sorry. So, I thought somebody might be like kind of bumping into my door at certain times. Oops, let me just, I think I'm done with all my my stuff in Big Heroes. But yeah, anyways, excuse me, that address isn't proper. It was like flipping, I don't know why I want to say 13 years ago, but that was like maybe 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Yeah, I was thinner. Surprisingly so. It's like I accidentally flashed an upside down ID photo. Oh. Upside down. Yeah. I was told makeup would make me look better. It made me look kind of like a clown, but whatever. I felt like a clown. I was also recommended to do this one thing like cat eyes, but my eyes are not the type that you can do cat eyes with. And it looked awful. It looked really awful. Well, Facebook said that I might actually have some Asian descent somewhere in my line. And I was like, well, that's interesting. I'd have to get like a DNA test just to figure that one out. Because I was told that I'm Polish, Irish, maybe a little Scottish, maybe German. I'm a lot of races that have stereotypes of anger, like mass anger, and I'm like, well, I do it pretty well because I don't get that angry. I mean, I stand up for myself sometimes, and that might be misconstrued as a temperament to people who don't know, but yeah. I'm still finding it kind of funny looking back on it, where I was told that I was yelling insults at people when I was just saying, what did I say? What did I say? And I didn't yell, I didn't raise my voice, I just said, what did I say? I was like, then what did I say? Because I was told that I was bad-mouthing people. And I was like, okay, what did I say? I mean, you gotta have, like, proof. If I had said something that they had said, I would have definitely admitted to it. Because I didn't say anything about anyone. I did, say how I was concerned about Cindy because she took this medicine for her cold and she wasn't, functioning properly. And everybody was worried about her. But that's the only thing that could maybe be misconstrued as me saying anything bad about anybody. I even said to her that I was worried. Like, the next day she came in, I was like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. She's like, I just took too much medicine. And I was like, okay. I was like, do you often take that much? And she's like, no, but it wasn't working, so I took some more, and I was like, ah. So, it was a little sad. It's not letting me open it. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna throw some of this down really quick. So wait a minute, what was there? I was gonna make a few of these. I think that should be enough. I did throw a snowball at somebody, but that was more playful than what could have been thrown. In my youth, I did throw a pair of scissors at my brother Jesse, because he severely hurt me. And I grabbed the nearest thing I could, and he was already almost up the stairs, and I chucked it at him, got him in the ankle. But the family upbringing I had was pretty damn abusive. Older brothers were terrorizing. It was a really bad situation. Not something I would want to repeat. It's not something that I'd want to see anyone other than like hardened criminals have to repeat, because I did. Some of it was pretty damn bad. Holy damn. Zipping next to me like that. Thank you for taking the gravel. Whoops. I'm gonna have to go and get some more. I think I brought enough over, I just need to go get it out of the chest. I think everybody's capable of violence to some degree. Just sitting here thinking about some of the violent things I have done. Most of it was to protect myself. I've never hurt my friends, because they never hurt me, and I did defend myself a lot of times from my family. You know, the family I was born into, not the family I created. I'm just sitting here, like, maybe I should get a genetic test just to see what I am. But then I'm like, I won't be able to do that because then they'll have my genetics. They'd be able to make a digital copy of me anytime they wanted to. It'd be annoying. It's just really annoying. I was like, is there any way that I can actually find out what I am without having anyone else get their grubby hands on my DNA? You know? I know they say that they have... Well, they can technically clone you from your younger siblings, if your younger siblings... Because there's a record of you on them because you were womb mates. The remnants of what you were is in the DNA of the mother. So every time she has a child after the initial first one, it's like, you wouldn't be able to get my younger brother or sister from me, but you'd be able to get me from my younger brother or my younger sister. Just like you'd be able to get my older brothers from me, but you wouldn't be able to get me from them. If that makes sense. Yeah. Sadly enough, the younger ones took those tests, and I'm just like, God. I was like, if I end up in one of these cockamamie experiments, waking up somewhere that I don't want to be, holy flip, I'm gonna give people a piece of my mind. I'm gonna make sure people know. Now granted, I like my younger brother. He's a nice person. My sister? No. You wanna talk about somebody who's super selfish? Yeesh. Not to mention that she's got all the attention she needed from George, and yet she sits there and claims that she had a broken childhood because she watched me get beat. I'm like, are you flipping insane? I was like, I was the flipping one who got beat. And she's like, but it was horrible watching. And I was like, you were the cause of it sometimes. You horrible watching it? Holy damn, watch a horror movie. Sit there and go, oh yeah, this scarred me for life because of that. I was like, you mother flipper. You mother flipper. Oh. My brother won't talk about the times he watched me get beat. But my sister sits there and says that it traumatized her. I was like, you mother... oh, you don't understand how much I'd like to do some physical harm to certain people. Because the audacity. It's like, okay, some of these people who still, I mean, it's not nearly as bad as this because this is like stealing money or whatever from it. But this is somebody like stealing someone's life and then what is that called? Saying that, you know, that you should feel sorry for them for watching them watch you be beat because of them. It boggles the mind, honestly, and she still doesn't realize why I do not want to talk to her. Hey, there you go. Even though I explained it plenty of times, I was like, I don't like you because you're mean. Point in fact, just no. It was like, you're a liar, you're a deceiver, you go out of your way to hurt me, and then you sit there and act like it's my fault. I'm like, what? And I'm supposed to feel bad that you feel bad about it? What the hell is your problem? Some people, I swear. She never once got beat. She would always lie and say that I did it or Trevor did it. Trevor would sit there and bawl his eyes out when she would sit there and blame him for what she would do. And I'd go, you know it was Ivory. You know it was Ivory. You have to see that it was Ivory. But no. I'd get beat because I was trying to lay the blame on Ivory. Innocent Ivory. Bull crap. And this is an unwarranted, unjustified anger. I mean, dude, and she legit tried to set me up with somebody just because she wanted to make her brother-in-law happy. She didn't care what I wanted. She didn't care what was right for me. Just flip. I mean, this wasn't even a day after I separated from my ex. My first ex, the abusive one. He was physically, mentally abusive. But let's see, how do I explain this? So, I had a revelation, I guess, that maybe I shouldn't be treated as bad as I was being treated. You know, after having such a horrible childhood and everything, I thought these things were natural. Well, it took someone named Cynthia, my bad, started with a C, Cynthia, to her name was C-Y, Synth, T-H, it wasn't an S, it was a C. I know it sounds weird, and I was like, wow, that's really how you spell your name? She's like, since the day I was born. And I was like, wow. I was like, your parents must have been like, But anyway, she was like, they were, yeah, okay. And I was like, okay. So, anyways, I find it interesting how people spell names sometimes. But anyway, Cynthia, she had pointed out the fact that my husband at the time, my first husband at the time, was no good, and he seemed abusive, and she asked me, and I tried to avoid it, and then it came out that and she had me take this little psychological test, and he got a 98 out of 100 for the abusive factor, and so that made me sit there and question, is this really what I want? And I didn't believe in divorce at the time, and it's just, so it was just icky, and this was my sister. She apparently thought she was a psychiatrist, a therapist of sorts. She packed bait in her house for small profit so that she could buy herself cigarettes, because her husband was no longer going to watch her do that anymore and wasn't going to fund it, so she had to get a little bit of a job. She worked like once a week, and that's pretty much it. She'd just pack bait. And I tried to ask her if, I could, do that. I was like, oh, you only do like one box a flipping week? I was like, I could do 14. Dude, if that's all I'm doing, they don't have any hooks, I could do that all flipping day. But, she did not want to help me out with that. It would have helped me out a lot. But anyways, she decided that I needed to do everything that my ex needed, because he told her that I was not performing. And not only did that agitate me to the extreme, because if she honestly knew the situation that was happening, that wouldn't be in question. But so I'm holding my eldest son at the time, which was possibly like 2, almost 3 years old, and she's telling me that I should just, it to him, and I'm like, I was like, excuse me? I was like, what? I was like, you're talking about this in front of my 2-year-old. Yeah, my 3-year-old, my child. What do you, like, no. I was like, first off, it's none of your damn business. And second off, and she's like, well, you have to, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't have to do anything. I was like, first off, I was like, you don't even know me. Okay, so I had diabetes for a little bit, and I got over it like the end of last year. I finally beat it, and it was bad diet and whatnot. I don't know why, but that's bothering me. Sorry. I had the pointer there, and I guess that's why I was like, anyways. So I thought the pointer was the mark for, the little plus sign right there. But she goes out of her way to sit there and yell this after we got in the car, and her neighbors, they were a little distance away, but they were still outside. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, eesh. And then I sat there and I tried to ask him why the hell he would be discussing these things with her. And he was like, she's just trying to help. And I was like, that's not helping. I was like, maybe if you asked for it. But I'm sorry. And too much information. So I got to the point where it was too much, and I left with my dog and with my first son, and she housed us for maybe 2-3 weeks, and she made it like the worst thing possible. Like, our very existence being there was throwing off her sleeping and ignoring her children. And I was like, wow. And they were a family that still, beat the children. I would not beat no, I couldn't. But, he got time out. When he did something wrong, he got time out. maybe a smack on the hand, but that was only in super dire. Like, I told him not to go on the road, and he ran in the road, and a car damn near missed him by like maybe 3-4 feet because they swerved out of the way, and he like kind of grabbed out of my hand, like yanked his hand and then ran, and I freaked out. I bolted after him, and after the car like missed him by like 3 feet, I grabbed him and I brought him to the side of us, and I was like, "You don't ever do that again!" And I took his hand and I went, "Whack!" And he sat there and he looked at me like, "What? You struck me," kind of thing. And I was like, "Don't you ever do that again." And then he got time out. But it was so but anyways, it was on the way back from, like, not even like 20 minutes after she had brought us to brought us away from the house. We were on the ride home when she started to try to set me up with my brother-in-law's brother. And I was like, "Ivory," I was like, "do you know how sick that is?" And Jason was like, it's like, "Ive, what are you doing?" You know? And I was like, it hasn't even been like a half hour, even an hour, and you're already sitting there trying. And she was like, "What? He likes you." And I was like, "I don't even know who he is." And like, she's like, "But you'd be so much happier with him." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Are you psychotic?" I was like, "Can't you even let me heal first?" I was like, "What do you expect me to do?" I was like, "I'm still married, Ivory." I was like, what do you expect me to just jump in bed with him too? And she was like, and Jason's like, "Okay, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. He does like you. He's willing to wait." And I was like, "I'm sure he's a nice person." And I said his name. But I was like, I am really, 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 really not ready for that. And seeing how you shoved him on me, he's probably the last one I would even ever try to think about, just for the principle of trying to shove him on me. I mean, for one, that's not how love works, like, ever. It's not like, oh, you know, you'll learn to love this person. No, that it doesn't work that way. Just because people capture the opposite sex and they force them in confined quarters with one another doesn't mean that they're going to actually ever even look at each other in that way. And I was just like, what kind of psychopath would ever think that would ever be appropriate? I'm sure he's a pretty damn decent person, a nice person, overweight, I don't care. But the whole fact that my sister, the apparently all-knowing one, who got traumatized over my abuse, should dictate who I fall in love with, right? Because the first one she chose for me was all that awesome. when I first met my first ex-husband, he was trying to be like set up by his mother to Ivory. Oh yeah. And oddly enough, she goes, "You can have him." And I was like, "Who? What?" Because I came home from a Christmas party from an ex-boyfriend who had who didn't have the heart to tell his grandma that he cheated on me, so that ended our relationship because she loved me dearly. And I wasn't supposed to tell her about this. I was supposed to come in and act like everything was hunky-dory because she had invited me specifically because she really liked me, and she was hoping that me and my ex were going to go the distance, apparently, because I was a nice girl. She was a fantastic woman. She was so pretty when she was younger too, and she kept that beauty till her old age, and she was a nice, really, really nice person. And so I went there and I had Christmas with them, and she sent me home with so much like stuff, with leftovers galore. I mean, she made this big heaping plate about like this high of just leftovers. And then like I had this like box, well, like little tin of cookies that she sent home with me, and I gave the leftovers to George, and he like scarfed most of them down, and I think my younger brother was also picking at the plate, and it was a lot of flippin' food. I mean, like mashed potatoes, gravy, I don't like gravy, but you know, turkey, they had ham, they had all kinds of flippin' things. I think they had this like roast beef kind of thing, a brisket, I think it was. It was pretty good. I mean, it was mostly raw, but I was told that was how it was supposed to be, and I got a little giggle out of it because I wasn't allowed to eat like raw things, but it was how it was made. But it tasted good, like real good. She gave me a huge chunk of that, and I mean, his relatives were not really nice, other than his grandma, and she would put her arm around me and then scooch me off whenever they started getting snippy. And she's like, "Oh, don't listen to them. They're still bitter over this or that," and their mouth would drop, and like it was nice. I mean, honestly, she was a great person, and she had spunk, like a lot of spunk. But I was like, you know, you're gonna have to tell her, you know, eventually. And he's like, you know, he's like, well, she doesn't have that many years to live. And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to come to all of your family gatherings pretending to be your girlfriend. I was like, you're the one that cheated on me, you know. And I was like, I'm being nice about this because of your grandma. She's such a lovely lady. And but anyways, I'd come back from that weird awkward situation. I had to put stockings on. Yeah. And I was wearing this like flippin', I think it was a skirt? Or no, it was a dress. It was a dress. And I hated wearing dresses. I still kind of hate wearing dresses. I don't own one. I don't have any in my wardrobe right now. It's pants and, oh well, aside from my pajamas, Like, I have a nightgown, but it's not a dress. It's sleepwear. Trying to think of where I think I'll just grab some out of this, oh. I guess I didn't put it in there. And I have some in here though. But anyways, I met him on that night. It was like December 24th. Trying to think. Wow, they're really going at it up there, aren't they? I don't know if I should take all of it out now. It's like a kid with a spam button. Alright, let's see if I can... Okay, so it's coming out of this side. Okay, so now it's coming out of that side. Sweet. Okay. I believe the darkness is turned first. I think that's Whammy. He's watching a chicken bathe. Oh no, you're the new babe. Oh damn. Alright, let's see if I can't help you out. Using a panda down here? Yeah, that's not a way out, I'm sorry. Let's see if I can't take a way up. I gotta go up that way. I don't wanna go up the other way. Damn, I don't have a lead on me either. You're just gonna do it the hard way? Like the whole time? Whatever. There's a path up this way. Yeah, I kind of do that a lot. Go out of my way just to make it so that people can get up and out of things if they need to, and then go about my day. I wouldn't say it's an over-helpful problem. So I'm thinking I could box off this wall, that wall, and then have that a glass wall. Possibly box up half of that with red brick. So that way I won't have to put so much glass up. And then put glass up on the top so things don't Well, I might need things to fall in there. Just a little bit. I'll probably have to go back into the nether just to get the tree parts. Oh, it looks kind of like it's getting dark. Where's... okay. Maybe it's just the way the blocks look. Kind of make things around it look a little darker, huh? Damn. Well, I still have some in that fancy village, huh? Oh wait, I can make this... Pretty sure I still have some more of this. I don't know if I can make a heart out of that. One, two, three. So if I put another layer on this, should be fine. It's burning love. Yeah, because the heart's supposed to represent love and whatnot. Definitely taking these. Oh yeah, those two. I think I'm gonna need a lot of glass, but I'm gonna do it one stack at a time so I don't make too much glass. Sorry. Feels like there's something in my eye. Ow. That made it worse. Owie. Ah, definitely something in my eye. Flippin' eyelash or something. Sucks. It's like, maybe I should just keep that in there just for right now. I think they have a lot of flint over here. I'll just kind of put it over in the other villages. I'll throw down a bow and arrow though. Just in case I need to buy something. I'm gonna check to see if I have any glass down. Do you need this? Guess not. Oh, sand. Okay, glass too. Okay. Good glass. Probably not gonna make it up there without getting mass destroyed. Let's try anyways. Safest way to get in would possibly be this waterfall area that I created. So, I don't think that one that I placed on there is gonna spawn. I wonder if there's a list yet of all the most annoying things I do. Just like, probably people would paint me as a perfectionist. Oh no, it did sprout. Nice. Sweet. Alright. Most people they claim are perfectionists or visionaries of some sort. Whether in the medical, engineering, data developing, artist field. They're just people who look at things a little bit differently. They envision certain things to be a certain way, and then, you know, they either are or they aren't. You can't put those in a blast furnace. Okay. I don't think I want any of those over here. But I will take my shovel back. And my boat. Probably not gonna need my boat. I should just keep that there, just but I want my boat. I wonder if the orange one actually ate anything yet. There you are, Orangey. Oh, frack. Could you by chance? Thank you. Okay, so I need to drop this off at the other location. Seems how I'm headed over there anyways. I need to drop some of this flint down too, so... Okay. Did I not put that in there? I think I put some in there, didn't I? Oh yeah, that is plenty. Oh, what do you have? Sand. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you though. Oh, the panda's being adventurous and going into the little mini flower biome that I have. Put that down right now. I need 2 more. Starting to look pretty okay. Well, I might be able to finesse this a little bit. peel back the bark? I thought there was an option to do so. Do I need a certain amount? Hold on a second. Where's my axe? Oh, there is. Sweet. There. And a striped kitty. I think I might have tried to just fill in some with white. Now it's a striped and white patch kitty. That's still cute. I didn't mean to do that. Frack. Okay. Whoops. That shovel's a lethal weapon, I tell you. Okay, so, glass. Alright, so, I think I have more of the, redstone enough. Good. Whoa, what the hell happened to that one? It's like a gold color. It's like a brown color. What the? Yeah. What? Was this a what? A screenshot? Damn it. I'm trying to get a little video. Okay. I have never ever seen a brown mushroom cow. Is that what happens when you put a regular cow in a mushroom thing? Or did that one go bye-bye? 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I mate them? What does it make a brown and other just yeah, I'm totally mad scientisting right now. Hold on a second. I need hay. I need hay. I'll come back for that. I mean, they're both mushroom cows, right? So they're mushroom cows. I wonder if he gives brown milk. But, okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, you get one, you get one. They do! And they made a brown one! Look at this, so cute! Wow! I'm sorry, I have to video. That is so cute. It is so cute. That is fantastic. For science. Damn it. I'm a little giddy about that. It's just oh. Oh, frack, damn it. Okay, so yeah, to continue on with the creation. Totally during a thunderstorm too. And it's alive! I'll start, whoops, 3 high first. See how much I can get, and then proceed from there. About, whoops, 3 to 4 more layers of this. Depth-wise, and then I'm going to start with the red bricks on that side because I'm going to do half of this side because there's not much to see this way. I just want them to be able to see these trees around, and then like they'll be able to see the rest of these trees from above, and the village, the whole village, they can see. The creatures I put in here, that's what I'm talking about. I think I'm high enough not to spawn a creeper blowout, but I don't know. Is it getting dark? No, it's should be the brightest about the day. Noonish, maybe 1. Oh, you can tell like winter's here because it's getting dark around like 4. Like 4:40, it's dusk. Like no more sun. Like by 5 o'clock it already looks like nighttime. I know it throws people off, but it's like I can actually go out at a normal time and it not be like, oh, you know, you're out so late, what the hell? I don't know why it kept shooting up. Shotting up. New word. Not proper, but it's a new word. All words were made up eventually. Why not put a few more in the circulation? I do it every year. I think I might want to make a door right there. For my initial get in, get out kind of thing. But then I'm kind of off-putted about that. I might put waterfall getting in and out. That seems to be the best bet because if I do manage to get piglins to come in here, not saying that they're going to, but just in case. Hopefully there's enough of their atmosphere that they don't turn into zombie piglins. Even then, you know, I'm sure that they'll be happy in the area. I still need a lot of glass just to cover. I don't know if I'm gonna box it in. Don't know. I have a lot of zombies popping in then. I don't know why I'm still doing that. Frack. Okay, so like I should have stopped like right around here. Maybe right there. With the glass. I'm gonna go get something to take some of that off. I believe there's silk touch on the shovel. I'm about to pick up. It's like, so I'm not frozen anymore. That's nice. Silk touch. So I don't break the glass. Did you know that there are people who go out there just to antagonize people for views? Like, wow, that's kind of mucked up. They will legit go out to businesses to, like, to homeless people and antagonize them just to sit there and say that they're crazy people, that they just attacked them out of nowhere, but yet they'd been antagonizing them the whole time. It's kind of crazy. I would say that's kind of mucked up, like sick mucked up. Whoops. Trying to make it high enough that nobody's going to get in on this end. I don't know, maybe I should put uh-oh. Well, I heard something. Okay, so you can still kind of see. Okay, so I can get in, but I'm about to build like a temporary little thing so I can get those critters in. What the fuck was that? What the? That definitely is a witch. Oh, freaking. Alright, I'm sorry. It's freaking me out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I bring lava? Have to come back around and make it for her. Oops. Might as well just... Whoops. It's time for me to fail eventually, right? So it's not that bad of a fall, right? Sorry, it wasn't worse, you know? Oops. Damn it. Damn it. Okie dokie. I don't know why it skipped one or two. It's a bit weird. I don't think many things are going to want to fall in, but I will have to chop that down. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. There we go. Should be fine. It is getting darker, isn't it? Oh yeah. Holy damn. Okay. Ah. Oh no, that's not good. Holy no. That's not going to make them disappear if I take a nap. The whole point is to keep them from spawning in these locations. Gotta know where the dark is. So I can throw some light at it, but sorry. And alright, it's not working for me. What the hell? Holy... Damn it, I don't have any more. Material's so dark. I mean, it's gonna be a bit brighter in certain locations because of lava, but the torches keep things from spawning most of the time. I'm out of torches again. Hopefully that works. Okie dokie. Why? Okay, you're a part of the ecosystem now. Maybe you'll turn into one of those boars. I hope not. Those things attack. He can be a simulated boar. I think it's safe to say that if you, with enough imagination, you can sit there and believe that he's a boar. Oh my goodness. Oh. Alright, so. There's a way out if you're looking, dude. So they can see in, but just a little bit. Alright, so I need that glass and I need more of the whatchamacallit. Nether wreck stuff. I was going to grab some coffee, but I'm like, yeah, I'm almost there and I'm not going to be able to jump without this hand. And that's just coffee with some creamer. Okay, can make little hill-like areas in there. Could be interesting. Oh, look at a little baby. I wonder what happened to one of those cows to make it brown. Maybe it was like one of the brown, like regular cows that ended up eating too much of the mushroom grass and turning into a mushroom. Who knows? We should look up the lore sometime. I flippin' forgot to grab the, well, I have some in here. Oh my goodness. No. I have to go to the other village and see if it's done. All that time, and it still isn't done. Do I have to be in the area, honestly? Is there not a counter for that? It's like, oh, you've been away for this long, it only takes this much time to do it. It's already done. We don't have to display the actual, you know, burning and blah 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 because you were away. No. You have to be right on it. Means this one's not going to be done either. Well, at least it's something, huh? That's Jade, right? Jade was one of the three first. Jade, Alice, and Mary. Who better to protect the people than a female nurturer? Holy damn. Sorry. So. Oh wow. That's Maple. Nicknamed Molasses. She's always touching her toes. Tell you what. It's the most adorable thing ever, but she's slow. She's so damn slow. Not brain-wise. Flippin' motion-wise. That could have been bad. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Please don't. Okay. Oops. Damn it. Like, I'm thinking if the raid comes and they have those villagers they warped into beast, it could get a little hectic, so make sure that it's at least 3 high in certain locations. Let me just pop that there. Should be fine. Being a little paranoid, but I'm gonna make that another bit higher. That solves that problem. Alright. So they can kind of see in. Okay. I gotta find a way that I want to get in and out with water, of course, and I need to go get my water. And I can start putting things in. And then the next gaming session, we're gonna go gather some critters from the area. It's gotta be crazy. It's just a bit crazy. I might have to move the portal completely. I'm gonna build another one and then knock this one down. Make sure that the other one goes to the right position or area, because it might go to another zone. Who knows? Could be outside the zone. I don't have a map handy. Thank you for feeding my sword. Okay, so... Damn it. That did not go what I wanted to do. Alright. Okay. I thought I had some lava blocks somewhere. Nope. I have them elsewhere. Excuse me, pardon me. I think I might have to go down to get... I don't think they're down here, but I'm gonna still check out. I remember it went on without me. Not just twice, 3 times. I should dismantle this minecart, it's haunted. It's more defiant than I am. I'm defiant for the right reasons. This thing is just being troublesome. Alright, so... Oh, some dirt. That's nice. Let's see if we can do this proper. Alright, so... Okay, well, let me put it there. This... I just know it's gonna leave without me. You freaking frack! I'm gonna melt it down. This one in particular. Or I'm gonna bury it. I'm gonna bury it somewhere. Flip. It won't hurt anyone ever again. I'm also gonna extend the track down there. But this damn cart has abused me for the last time. That's like 4 times. Well, it's probably more than 4 times. Don't you dare go anywhere. You think I'm not gonna, like, flippin'... I'm totally going to dig a hole, put a single chest in it, and flippin' just bury it. I'm totally going to bury this damn... I'm done with it. I'm so done with it. It's... Definitely need these. I'm gonna be luring some frogs into my neighborhood. I don't know where I'm gonna stick them yet, but hopefully they fall. Like the white ones, the mysterious ones. You know, the ones in most of the colder climate. I can put them in my snow village. That'd be nifty. Be super interesting. Yeah, I'll take one of these. No, I'll keep that one there, but I do need more magma blocks. I'm trying to think of where else I have them. I might have to go to the, I don't think I have them in that village. Frack. I'll fix that later. Weirdest things you see in Minecraft. Weirdest things. Definitely don't have any lava blocks in here, but I'm trying to see if there's anything I need to drop off while I am here. Doesn't look like it. So. This is gonna be crazy. Yep, because there's always one there. Piece of crap. Well, I guess he missed and hit the spider. Because I don't know that spider. Don't know that spider at all. Okay, time to check in the fancy chest. Oh. I was like, that looks like a trader's llama. I was like, I don't see it's a trader. I was like, maybe it's a rogue llama. But then it looked like it was being pulled. I was like, what the hell is the trader? I was like, is there something around it? Nope. Make a honey hut in the nether. Great. I'm sorry, I'm really considering it. Definitely need this one. Yeah, definitely no lava blocks in there. I highly doubt I put it in here. This is where I put my maps and some of the swords and stuff. Definitely not. I gotta move that over to another place, but... Oh, nice! I don't have to craft a chest. I just got one right here. I wasn't joking about that. I really wasn't joking. This cart will never hurt anyone ever again. Nope. Not going back for it. Flip that cart. There's a difference between being spiteful and playful. Huge difference. Alright. Just gonna chill in the village until it starts getting brighter out. 'Cause, you know, hey. Okay. Pandas are so cute. I'm so glad I went and harvested them. I was just content just being in the bamboo forest. Well, let me help him out a little. He's looking very intently on this one. Here, let me help you. Oh, damn. Okay. Hmm. Alright, that should be fine. Okay, so dang it. I don't know if I should make it another one thick because maybe it's not gonna go down that far. Well, we'll test it. I know it's gonna burn both ways. These are for like the lava striders or whatever. So I can sit there and play in the lava. It doesn't even go that far. Well, I could help it out just a smidge. Nope. Trying to see if it did the same thing as water does. Not the smartest thing to do, possibly, but this is the ecosystem for the critters that I'm going to try to attract. Oh no. Wait, are these the things that hang off of things, or... Definitely not. But I will find some of those vines. Because I'm going to definitely hang it right here as a nice little weird curtain. What is this thing called? Warped roots. Really? Can't even plant these? Wow. Okay. But I can simulate trees. Or Yeah, I'm definitely have to go get some more supplies. We need lava. I'm gonna try to get these, the grass with the area, but I don't know if I can get it even with silk touch. I have to bring in something with silk touch and see how that goes. Alright, well, that would be next time, I guess. Alright. Oh, coffee. I ate a big breakfast, so not really hungry right yet. It's not because of the coffee. I actually ate a big breakfast. I took a picture of it because I was so proud of it. Sorry, give me a second. Let's see if I can bring it up. I was like, damn, that looks great. I was like, I'll take a picture. Okay. That's the eggs. Then I had some I got these tater tot things, but they're so thin. It was I could pan fry those and butter. It came out great. It came out really great. And then I got pancake mix. The eggs have garlic powder, onions, slices, sausage, those links without the skin on it. I chopped them up and as they were cooking with the spatula. It was great. It was a great breakfast. If not okay, then return that